let me cut to the chase. It's very obvious, like scary things, scaring kids, ghosts, goblins, zombies. Of course, that's all very non-godly related. I just never really thought much of it. I just thought dress up, get candy, and you're done.
I love you like la 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 la. I love you like la 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 la. I love.
Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here or barely know who I am by now, my name is Betsy. But if you know me and you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I want to start out this conversation with Halloween, only because I know by the time I post this video, it's going to be Halloween. By the time this video is up, my daughter went out trick-or-treating with her dad, and I'm just home spending more time with God by reading the Bible, doing some devotionals, or just praying and read some more books. But I don't know if I would say I'm 100% not celebrating Halloween. Like, I'm not 100% against it. I did see a TikTok though that got me start thinking, so maybe in the future may be different. But just for Christians, and I still don't label myself as a religion. All I know is literally I believe in God, I follow God, I read the Bible, and yeah, I'm just Jesus follower. But I don't have a label religion, and I believe I spoke about that in my previous video, if I haven't uploaded it already. But anybody who's a Christian or whatever your religion is, or even if you don't have a religion but you still believe in God, if you don't celebrate Halloween, what do you guys do on Halloween? Like, I bet most of you guys gonna say you guys just treat it like any normal day. You don't even pass out candy probably, and yeah, just treat it like a normal day, not celebrating, not partaking into any Halloween activities. But I just want to see what different people say on the comments below. So if you are watching this video and you don't celebrate Halloween, go ahead and comment what do you do instead of celebrating. Like me tonight, by the time this video is posted, so tonight I am spending more time with God, reading the Bible, and just put all my focus on Him. Next year will be the year that I am moving out of the state. Another reason why I'm not really thrilled of here in Washington State, I'm not really thrilled of celebrating Halloween or even wearing a costume, unless it's a warm costume like Olaf. I have this Olaf onesies that keep me nice and warm while I go take my daughter trick-or-treating. But other than that, I also have a Harley Quinn costume that is it's not way too revealing, but I'd rather wear it during the summertime. I don't really like to celebrate or even go out trick-or-treating in this state, only because it's so cold outside. It's crazy. But as my goal to move to California next year, I am very curious how the weather is going to be like around this time in LA area or Orange County area, whichever area God choose for me, or whatever area that God leads me to. Because at first, real quick, I was gonna move to Orange County area, but I think recently God is drawing signs at me, and I'm able to see those signs very clearly. And it kind of moved me from Orange County to LA area. So I was like, I never thought I would live in LA, but hey, He is my provider, He's my main source, so if He wants me to go in LA instead, I'll go in LA. Now, I'm not going to say which area in LA, because, LA is so big, but He knows my wants, He knows my needs, and He'll take good care of me, as long as I keep a very close communion with Him. But anyway, I'm very curious how the weather is going to be like down there. I'm very curious. Even if I don't celebrate Halloween while the weather is warm, I think what I'm gonna do is, especially if I make a bunch of Christian friends or God-believing friends, I hope I do, that's the goal. Because I do want not just to move down there, but to find an in-home church that has both online and in person. I said an in-person church. I do want to find a home-based church is basically what I'm trying to say. That I could go to church to regularly. But if they have an online service, that's great. Sometime when I don't feel like going out, I could just watch through online and things like that. But I'm hoping if I do find that church that's perfect for me and for my daughter as well. Like I hope they have youth programs as well in the church. I would love to make new friends in that church, and maybe every Halloween we could do like a get together. Like let's say I host the get together, I'll be able to provide all the snacks, make one of those charity board. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm gonna pop it right here just in case, because I am so new in knowing what this board even is and I can't even really pronounce it. So oh well. But you know what I mean. But anyway, back to the point. Snacks, juice, or even alcohol. I'm not 100% against alcohol, even though I know in the Bible it's bad to be drunk and all that stuff, but to each to their own. But no, I'm saying that I don't even be drunk like that anyway. I barely get drunk. If I do, it'll be like once per year, to be honest. Maybe twice, 3 times maximum. But what I'm just trying to say is like a glass of wine probably won't hurt. It all depends on the people who I meet as well. If they drink, cool. But if they don't, cool. Another option would be just to make juice, like some homemade squeeze, healthy juice, basically. I'm okay with either one, and just play games. We could catch up, talk about God, worship together, listen to worship music, or even watch any kind of movie, like Christian-based movie, faith-based movies, and yeah, just whatever. We could just go with the flow. I'm very easygoing, so I'll just talk to whoever I end up meeting. If I do meet more Christian friends, I'm just hope that I won't be that type of person who's asking God for Christian friends, and then next thing I know, I'm more like an introvert. I don't really want to go out. I know sometime I may be like that, but it won't be like that all the time. It's funny because I saw a TikTok about that, basically saying, asking for God for Christian friends, and then basically don't want to go out or hang out. But I'll share the screenshot here just so you guys can read it yourself. But I thought that was kind of funny. Like, I hope I won't be like that. I'm not trying to ask God for something and then not really utilize, if that makes sense. But oh well. But other than that, that's just my little idea of what I would do every year as a tradition between me and those Christian friends, my little groupie, my small circle, Christian circle. We all serve God. We could even vlog, like most likely I will be vlogging, and we could vlog about whatever content we could think of, or like I said, watch a movie, listen to music, just talk. But yeah, that's just my little idea of what to do as a tradition every Halloween instead of like celebrating the devil. Even though when I celebrate Halloween, I didn't really think of celebrating the devil like that. I'm just getting all this information through a TikTok. Like, most Christian people do not celebrate Halloween because it's the devil's holiday. Understandable, I do get that 100%. It's just that because my journey wasn't as close with God as it is right now, and by the way, I just finished doing the Daniel fast, so I feel like I'm closer to God than I ever was before. So that's why this year, right now, I'm not really celebrating Halloween, only because I want to continue focusing on God and just focus. Just focus. But next year, who knows? I'm not saying I'm going to go out and party, go on a rave like I usually do. Not usually do. I only went on a rave like twice here in Seattle. If you guys know Freak Night, that's the rave. That's one of the rave parties here in Seattle. Pretty fun. But of course, I don't do anything crazy. The most I ever do is just drink, get drunk, and that's it. And just dance. But I know other people do other things like hard drugs, and I stay away from that regardless. Part of me is still a goody goody, so I will never ever partake any of those things. But what else? A little background story about me is that I grew up with my parents and they were more of a Catholic base. During my childhood season, I was basically a Catholic because we went to a Catholic church. But then after my parents passed away, this was in Houston, Texas, I moved to Seattle, Washington after my parents passed away, and I lived with my godmother, and she was more of a Christian and went to a Christian church. So ever since my teenage till like now, I was calling myself a Christian. Okay, I lied. Not till now. Throughout my teenage year, up until maybe I was like sometime in my early 20s, that's when I stopped labeling myself in a religion, but I still believe in God. But I would just say I'm a Christian. Even if I fill out an application to this day, I would still say a Christian because Christian was my last religion that I claim myself as before I stopped labeling myself. But I just want to explain just a little reason why I'm not labeling myself in a religion, even though I believe in God. Only because there is so many type of religions out there. It's crazy. From my understanding, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, they all serve the same God. And I'm not talking about Buddha, all that stuff. I'm talking about Mormons, Catholic, Christian. There's so many, but I can't think of any right now. But there's a long list, like Lutheran church. I don't know, but that's the only reason why I'm not labeling myself as a certain religion. But I do believe in God. I do read the Bible. Well, now I do. I'm getting more into it, and yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to share in this video. Any questions, let me know. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good, safe Halloween, whether you celebrate it or not. I'm not really that against it, but maybe the Holy Spirit is now working on me to stop celebrating Halloween, even though I don't really celebrate it that crazy anyway. Like I said, when I was a kid raised as a Catholic, even my parents never celebrate Halloween with me, so I wasn't allowed to go trick-or-treating even with them because they basically tell me how dangerous the world is out there or how people will poison candies, which I believe. I believe it 100%, which is why I check my daughter's candy and I smell it. I do some deep checking. But I know it's just more simple and more safe just to buy the candy from the store and just feed it to her. That way I don't have to waste my time checking. So that's probably another reason why I'm kind of glad she's basically a teenager, because I feel like teenagers, they don't really care about trick-or-treating. I could just buy candy, boom, set it on the table, have one piece per day. But anyway, like I was saying, so I never really celebrated Halloween as a kid, but my parents still let me dress up. So, I don't know. That's why I'm curious to see how you guys do it. Like, you don't celebrate Halloween, but do you still dress up? They don't dress up, but they allowed me to dress up as a kid. And moving to Seattle with my Christian family, they basically celebrate Halloween. Like, they let us go trick-or-treating and everything. So I didn't really go trick-or-treating up until I was like 13 years old. Yeah, I was 13 when I went trick-or-treating for the very first time. Or maybe I was 14. But either way, I don't really celebrate Halloween that deep, that much. Because my childhood, we barely celebrate. I would eat candy and just celebrate at school, wearing a costume. Growing up, I wouldn't wear a costume that much during my teenage year, but I would go out to go trick-or-treating. I would just throw on a jersey and say I'm a basketball player and just carry around a basketball. But then as a young adult, maybe I party more, but barely, because as a young adult, I was pregnant with Naya at age 19, so I didn't really have that young adult party experience. Up until Naya was old enough, like at least 5 or 6 years old, that's when I started going out little by little, like literally 3 times per year. And that's when I go to freak night. Yeah, that's it. And then on Halloween day, I will take her out trick-or-treating and have her dress up. Maybe I'll dress up myself, and then we'll both trick-or-treat together. So that's how my Halloween experience has been as a kid all the way until now. So now I'm just sitting back and just have her, trick-or-treat with her dad. And I just don't want to be out there because it's cold. Plus, I'd rather spend time with Jesus and not suffer in this state, this cold, winter feeling night, even though it's just fall, which is why I'm curious about LA area or anywhere in California in the south. Anywhere in Southern California, I am so curious about the weather it's like during this time. But anyway, I just want to hear your input or read your input in the comments. Especially if you are a Christian, or like I said earlier, you don't have to have a religion, but you do believe in God. And if you don't celebrate Halloween, what do you usually do? Do you have a tradition like pretty much what I just described, or do you guys do something else, or pretty much how I mentioned earlier in the video, just treat it like any other normal day? Turn off your porch lights so kids won't knock on your door. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great and safe Halloween. I know it's a crazy world out there. Always something crazy happen. And I always feel like on November 1st, we'll see something crazy that happened on the news. So you guys stay safe. I hope people out there are staying safe. And I'm still going to check my daughter's candy as soon as she gets home. Another thing is that my daughter is 12, so she's basically a teenager, almost a teenager. So I don't know if she will still be interested in trick-or-treating. So me not celebrating Halloween as much as I used to, I think it would be like a very smooth transition for her too. She'll be like, I just want candy and that's it. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll eat candy together. But of course, not too much candy, because part of Halloween is to bribe kids to eat so much candy. And then, candy leads to tooth decay, cavities, yada yada yada, which could partake into like a devil type of activities. But my other question real quick is, for those who don't celebrate Halloween, do you still dress up? And I mean like just literally dress up as, for example, just Disney characters, minus the villain. So say, for example, I have Harley Quinn and Olaf. I'm probably plan on getting rid of my Harley Quinn costume because that's more of villain base, and just keep my Olaf because, it's Olaf. And honestly, I could wear that Olaf onesie during Christmas time too. So I could use it for Halloween, be like, oh yep, I'm Olaf. Or I'll use it for Christmas. It's Olaf, So I just want to see what's your intake on that as well. Like dressing up, yay, nay. I literally just want to learn more what each people... I know everybody has so many different opinions. So I hope my comment section will fill up too crazy. I mean, I kind of doubt it because, man, it depends if this video goes viral or not. But we'll see. We'll see. YouTube, algorithm, do your thing. If not, it's okay. It's not that important. I'm just curious. But other than that, feel free to share your stories, your Halloween stories. If you celebrated as a kid, is your story similar to mine or way different? But that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Just give like a little Halloween special. So I'm going to go ahead and close out here because my battery's going to die and my memory card is filling up, so I have to empty that in my computer. So I want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like what you hear or see, if you like to see my beautiful face, or even if you like to see this candy Reese's. Feel free to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to comment down below and share your Halloween experience, your Halloween stories, if you celebrate it or not. That's all I have for today. So I will see you guys in my next video.